Then I will go in a high level things. Okay, as it is a demo,
Okay.
I'm going to demonstrate the high level things. Okay, in depth we are going to see
Okay.
in the classes related part actually. Okay, let's do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Now, first basic things we have to know that means you are anyway you are going to ask it means you are going to deliver the answer for that. First, I will ask some questions. Okay,
Okay.
can you tell me what are the drawbacks of the manual testing because of why we have to
Ma-
go for automation?
Manual testing, it will take more time to test the test cases, and
Major
it will
things
take more
as
time.
you are
Yeah.
having as you are having 4 years of experience. First major thing you have to discuss it.
Yeah. In manual testing, it will take more time. That is the first thing. And second thing, in regression testing, I think uh,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have much time in regression testing.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Okay, so if it is Selenium, I mean, if it is any automation, it will help us. Like we can test easily, and it will save time
Okay. Other than this.
because we have agile
Okay,
things.
okay,
You
okay.
know, right?
Not only agile, whatever it may be the process, but the thing will be your work will
Hello,
become easier at that point of time.
I cannot hear you. Hello.
Here, my question is here time and regression testing two things you are told. Other than this, is there any other thing is there? Yeah, we have accuracy. Accuracy is the thing. Why accuracy? Any idea? Why accuracy is that if manual testing, the humans are doing some testing part, is that going to is that not going to give you the accuracy over there? Here, majorly the thing is accuracy. Okay, why accuracy? Any idea?
Hello.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Hello.
my question is, I told you accuracy is also one of the reason. Okay, what are the drawbacks in the manual testing? Accuracy also one of the reason I am telling.
Okay.
Is that right or not?
Yeah, it's right.
Why? How can you support that?
If we test, I mean, if we follow automation, we can get accurate results rather than manual testing.
Means how? Why? Actually, is if the manuals are, I mean, if the humans are doing some testing activities, those people are not going to do it in a proper way.
Maybe they will do some mistakes. I mean,
Yes,
human
right.
beings.
Okay, that is one of the reason, and one more reason we don't have any proofs whether you have executed the test case or not in manual testing. Is that right or not? Is
Yeah,
there any proofs for that?
we
You
don't have
don't have any proofs.
no recording.
Yeah,
No recording.
without doing any execution over there, there is a chance of updating the results, right? There is a chance of doing
Yes.
updation of the result at that point of time. Okay, if you are getting any defects
Yeah.
in that area itself, then failure will come into the picture, right?
Yes.
Then failure will come into the picture. For that sake, if you go for automation, it is going to give you accurate results, as well as if you are executing n number of times also it won't say no. But if you go for manual testing, if you are doing testing activity for 10 times or 20 times, there is a chance of doing with the same energy. But if you are executing the same test case for 200 times or 300 times, are you going to execute with the same energy?
No.
No, right? Means at that point of time, the energy levels will be degraded. Sometimes we are going to update the result without executing the test case also,
Yeah.
right? That's the reason to avoid all these things. They will go with the automation part. Automation part. Okay. Then for which type of projects we have to go for automation? If it is a small size application or one-time testing application, is there any requirement to go for automation over there?
No. I think so.
Not required. Not required. If it is a big size application, or otherwise if it is a maintenance project, then only they will go for the particular automation part. Otherwise, they won't go for the automation part over there. Okay. This is the thing related to the type of projects. For which type of projects you are will go to the automation. And sometimes they will go with the automation for the small size application also, because if the customer required like that, if he is providing you the budget, then they will go for the automation for small size applications also. But it is a waste of time and it's a waste of budget,
Yeah.
right? Now, my next question Is automation testing is replacement for the manual testing?
Yeah, we can propose it, but it will take much effort, right?
If you put effort also, is that possible?
I think we can test manual also. I mean, using manual testing also, we can do the same.
No, never ever the particular automation testing is replacement for the manual testing. Never ever. Because okay, all the manual test cases which you are writing, all the manual test cases cannot be automatable. Cannot be automatable. Okay, example I
Yeah,
am going
that's
to
fine.
sorry.
That's fine. But whatever we write the test cases in automation,
Mm.
that we can do in manual testing also, right?
My question is automation testing is replacement for the manual testing or not? I asked the question.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
The question is that one. Okay, I think
Okay.
you listened in a different way. You listened, I
Yeah,
think.
I took in a different manner.
Okay, okay, then no issues. The thing, my question is, okay, is automation testing is replacement for the manual testing or not? I asked the question, and the answer is never ever. It is a replacement. Never ever it is a replacement for
Okay.
the manual testing.
Okay.
Okay, why? Because
Yeah.
first reason, all the test cases, all the manual test cases cannot be automatable. Okay, the example for that I am giving captchas.
Yeah.
Okay, captchas cannot be automatable through any tool. Captchas cannot be automatable through any tool actually. You cannot automate through any tool actually. Here, like this, one more thing means if the application is stable, then only we will start the automation. Otherwise we won't start the automation. At least one time you have to complete your project or your build with the manual testing, then only we will start the automation part. Why? Because if the application is stable, then only it is suggestible to go with the automation. Okay, if the application is not stable, continuously the developer should change the source code modification. According to the source code modification, you have to modify your automation code a number of times. Again, it's a waste of time and it's a waste of budget. Again,
Yeah.
okay, that's why at least 85% of the manual test cases should execute successfully and pass. Then only you are going to start with the automation. Then only you are going to start with the automation part. Otherwise, you won't go for
Okay.
the automation actually.
Okay.
Got it? Any questions up here?
No, no.
Right? Am I going speed? Means if you are feeling that, just stop me and ask. Is that flow is enough for you?
Okay. Okay.
The flow is okay for you, right? Give me 1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Uh, hi, Sunil. Sunil, yeah.
Yeah, hi Sharith, hi.
I think you have
Um,
Java knowledge basics. I think that it will be beneficial for you while you are learning the
no
Selenium.
Java basics. I mean, I have, but I didn't practice much. But I know Java scripting. Script, I have some idea.
Okay, no issues. I'm going to start with the basics itself. Means for how much Java you required with the Selenium in my sessions, that much Java I'm going to
Okay.
give you the information here itself in the classroom.
Okay. What will be the duration of this course?
25 to 30
Actually,
hours.
25 to 30 hours. I mean, daily it's 1 hour course
Exactly.
train, right?
Yep. Daily 1 hour.
Are you going to teach any project? I mean, like framework along with
Yes,
that,
yes,
or
yes.
I just
Yes, we are going to
okay.
discuss about the frameworks also with one of the project I'm going to take out. Under that, I'm going to take 4 scenarios. Any four of it is
Mm-hmm.
not. I you know that I think means each and every means number of scenarios I cannot communicate. Okay, just I'm going to communicate 4 or 5 scenarios, and I'm going to show it to with each and every framework.
Okay, that is all I wanted actually. I needed one framework, a stable framework to be explained and like how it will be work on the project side
Different,
and all
different.
that all. Yeah.
Yeah, different types of frameworks we are going to discuss. Okay, it is going to
Okay,
give the
sure, sure.
process oriented thing. Means how the process will be there and how can we execute, how can we create the script. That much level I am going to demonstrate over here.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Sunil?
No, nothing. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay
I'm
then.
good.
Sai, shall we start from your
Huh?
side? Any questions? Shall we start the session? Or
Oh,
are there
say.
any questions from your side?
Yeah, you can start. I have same questions. But
Okay, it has clarified.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Okay,
fine.
okay then. This is why. Means why automation testing is not replacement for the manual means the reasons are first one captures like that. I'm giving you one example. I cannot make sure that for each and every application there may be or may not be captures. Okay, but some situations will be there. Okay, which if your test case, if your manual test case is not repeating a number of times, then also they won't select the test cases to automate. Okay, that type of things they will go with the manual test cases itself, manual execution itself. Okay, this is the part related to why the automation testing is not replacement for the manual testing. And one more thing here, who is going to identify, okay, who is going to identify which test case to be automatable, which test case is not, means which test case is not going to automate? Who is going to identify that in company? Anybody?
I mean, it depends actually. In my company, we follows like when manual testers write the test cases, and beside they'll set the priority like critical or high, like medium something. So we prioritize test cases wherein the priority is critical and high to automate those.
Okay, if that is not possible to automate,
If you say that this functionality like functionality wise,
yeah, if
or
the functionality wise I'm asking, if some functionalities are not automatable, right? Okay, at that point of
yeah,
time
yeah,
you cannot automate it. Automatically you have to go with the manual testing, right? That's a manager
correct,
part.
correct,
Okay, means
yeah,
here the team leader most of the times take that responsibilities first. In MNCs most of the times the team leader is going to decide that which to automate, which not to automate. Before identification that they have to keep some points in mind. The thing is that programmable or not? First part is the test case which you want to automate, that will be programmable or not, they have to check it. After that they are going to check is that repeatable or not, repeatable or not. Then they are going to check for the reusability. Okay, reusability. And then they are going to check for the budget wise also. As you know that if 100% budget is particular project, okay, 75 to 80% of the budget they are going to allocate to the development department, and only 20 to 25% of the budget they are going to allocate to the testing department. Within that budget you have to cover all these things, right? Is that right or not?
yes, correct,
Right.
yeah.
Now now after identifying these functionalities, what they are going to do actually? Okay, after identifying this, most of the times before selecting the project to the automation, they are going to prepare with POCs and ROIs, proof of concept, as well as return on investment. Okay, what is POC, Sunil? I think you already just now you discussed with that. What it
Yeah,
contains?
it's proof of concept.
Yeah, what it contains actually, what you are going to do in that.
It's actually we demonstrate how Selenium works. I mean, but not in Selenium. Any particular tool, if you do some POC, it's like you demonstrate to the client or your managers saying that it works, how it works, and how it helpful to the application.
Hmm. Nothing
Where the
but feasibility
advantage and using.
study. Nothing but feasibility study. Possibilities. What is the thing it is going to do? Is that possible to means is the technology is adapted to our technology to automate the test cases or not? You are giving the confidence, right? You are showing the confidence.
Yes,
Okay. You are recording it in a document and you are going to show it as a proof to the client. Okay. If this is a tool, is the best tool to go for automation to your project. Like that, you are going to show the presentation, right?
correct.
Yeah, as a proof. Are you following Sai? I think you also
Yes.
aware about this, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Apart from that, they are going to prepare one more document, ROI also, return on investment. Return on investment. Any idea, Sunil, regarding this?
It is like it's like profitable something. I mean, if you invest
Exactly.
something and how much it
Exactly.
value to the company, something
Yes.
like that.
Yes. 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 Okay. Are you following Sai?
Yes.
Yes, right. Return on investment. The name it is indicating that return on investment. Return on investment means assume that if your project is having 10 years maintenance project, okay, initially 2 to 3 years you have to put some investment, right? okay, on the automation testers. There is no rule that, or there is no agreement that, okay, all the manual testers which is involving in your project, they may or may not involve in the automation team. They may or may not involve in the automation team. At that point of time, okay, means assume that 15 members are there for initially to automate all the test cases. Maybe it will take 3 years. You have to invest some amount on the tool. You have to invest some amount on the particular resources to automate the test cases. Once that 3 years has completed, they are going to cut down, or they are going to decrease the count to 2 or 3 people for the maintenance sake. That means remaining 7 years they are going to get the profits. Okay, if there is any profit, then only they are going to select that project to the automation, otherwise they won't select for that. Okay, means the investment, the return on investment, the profit also mandatory for the company people for taking the project or for going for the automation also. They are going to calculate all the things before selecting a project to the automation. Once these all the things getting into positive, okay, they are going to start the project through the automation. They are going to start project through the automation. Up to here, any questions?
No, no, sir.
Okay then. Once the particular project has selected for the automation, like STLC, software testing lifecycle, you have one more lifecycle in automation that is called ATLC, automation testing lifecycle. Anybody, any idea what are the phases available under this particular ATLC?
No.
No.
Okay then. Okay, what is the first phase in STLC, software testing lifecycle? Planning.
It's a requirement gathering.
That is SDLC. I'm asking about the STLC for me.
Oh, so sorry.
Software
Okay.
testing lifecycle. Software testing lifecycle, not
Test.
development lifecycle.
Yeah. It actually starts with the writing test cases based on the
No,
requirement.
no. If it is a fresh project, you won't start directly the particular related to particular test case writing directly. First, you have to understand the requirements. Before that, you have to know the planning document. Means if why you are
Okay.
why you are seeing the planning document means standards. Okay, how you have to follow the standards, what are the naming conventions you have to give it, what are the documents you have to refer, for whom you have to report it. Okay, these are all the things. If you want to know, you have to see the planning document. That's mandatory plan. Okay, once the planning is completed, who is going to do this particular planning document means TL most of the times. If the company is maintaining some templates, okay, the planning test plan templates, if they are maintaining, senior testers also may possible to do that activity. Depends upon the situation again. Depends upon the situation. Once that is done, they will start analyzing the test case document, not FRS over here. Because in manual testing, you have to analyze the FRS document to write the scenarios, to write the test cases. But coming to the particular automation, okay, the team leader is going to identify which test case to be automated, which test case not to be automated. Once he selected, he is going to put it in a document and is going to send it to the automation department to analyze that results. Because as I said, okay, all the manual testers who is going to work under the project may or may not involve in the particular automation team. If they are not involving, if the new people are there, they have to understand the document first, then only it is possible to automate the test cases. Then only it is possible to automate the test cases. You know that while you are reading the document, if you get any doubts, how can you clarify the doubts? In manual, while you are reading FRS document, nothing but some companies are going to follow some standards. So FRS, FRD, some companies are going to follow SRS, SRD, some wireframes, use case document, different names will be there. Okay. While you are reading the document, if you get any doubts, how can you clarify that? Whom
We'll ask the functional guy, functional team.
functional team?
Yeah, I mean, who prepares the document? I mean,
Yes,
who will
exactly.
take
Right.
document from
Means
client side?
most of the times, first you are going to communicate with the TL because he knows everything. If you don't know about that, you are going to communicate with the author of the document. Author of the document,
Yes.
right? This depends upon the situation again. Okay, means you are going to communicate through the mail. You are going to communicate, right? As per the standards, if the company is following, definitely they have to prepare, record the doubts in a template called RCN in manual. Requirement clarification note. Requirement clarification node. They are going to record the doubts under this document and they are going to send it to the TL. TL is going to give the clarifications in the document and he is going to send it back to the testers. That's normal activity in manual testing. Okay, now after clarifying all the doubts in test cases, then they are going to see for the environment setup. Who is going to do the environment setup means networking people. Environment setup. You need some setup of the system, right? Because if you want to develop the programs, you require with the tool related parts into your system and application related thing you have to access from the system. These are all the setup you require. That's nothing but environment setup. Who is going to do this? Network admin. It will be done by the network admin. After that, your part will come in the picture. Here, you are going to write first basic script. You are going to implement basic script. What is basic script means? Without having any validation, simply you are going to write the script. Validations. How can we achieve the validations in automation means by using conditional statements or by using looping statements. By using conditional statements or by using looping statements. Okay, without having that conditional means you know that testing is nothing but validations, right? For each and every functionality you have to do the validation. How can we achieve that validation in manual testing? Test cases, in a test case document you are going to get the major columns. Okay, expected value. While you are designing the test cases itself, you are going to write that expected value, and after executing that you are going to see the result and you are going to write that result into actual result column. After that you are going to actual, right? And based upon the comparison you are going to update the test case result, either pass or fail. If there is any deviation between expected to the actual, you are going to report it as fail. If there is no deviation, you are going to report it as pass over there. Like that only in automation also, for each and every test case you have to do the validation. If you do that thing, that is nothing but that part will come into the picture in an enhancement of the script. In the next phase. Once the enhancement is completed, means while it is doing enhancement, they are going to do debugging. I think here debugging is nothing but a simple thing. If you are having 10 lines of code, 20 lines of code, by seeing with your eyes, you will come to know that where you did a mistake. Assume that your application is having, your class or if your program contains 100 lines of code or 200 lines of code. At that point of time, is that possible to do the identifying the problem in that? Is that possible?
When?
If your class or if your program contains 100 or 200 lines of code, is that possible to identify the mistakes through your eyes?
No,
it's not possible, right? That's why at that point of time you are going to use debugging. Debugging is nothing but step-by-step execution of the script.
Yeah, to check there is error or not.
Yes, right. That's nothing but there. Debugging is nothing but step-by-step execution where you did exactly the mistake. Okay, that is debugging. Once the debugging is completed, they will do execution. Okay, while you are executing, obviously you are going to generate, the automation tool is going to generate some result. You are going to analyze the results. After analyzing that, you know that reporting, right?
Yes.
Here in the reporting, after reporting, you are going to get some bug life cycle part, right? Retesting, regression testing, all the things will come into the picture, right?
Sanity.
Sanity will come in the starting, right?
You will do sanity.
Means while you are starting execution, there itself sanity will come into the picture. Here only after reporting, only two things will come into the picture: retesting and regression testing. Okay. Then closing will be there. If all the things are executed successfully, you are going to do the closing part over there. These are the phases available in the ADLC thing, automation testing lifecycle. This is common for each and every automation tool, not only for Selenium. This is common for each and every automation tool. Coming to our Selenium, it's that functional automation testing tool, right? You are going to listen the terms most of the times for functional automation testing tools in the market: UFT, Selenium, as well as You are going to see some of the times RFT also, rational functional tester, which is IBM tool. UDP or UFT, which is nothing but a HP related company tool. Selenium is an open source tool and it is not related to one thing. It's a combination of things. It's a combination of things. Got it?
Okay.
Here, as you know the basics, just I am going with high level thing, how the companies are going to do the things once the project has selected to the automation in Selenium. Okay, we will see high level things. Now, first part, first they are going to, the team leader is going to create a project through the Maven first. Create a project through the
Yeah.
Maven. First they are going to create a project through the Maven. After creating a project through the Maven, they are going to put that project into one centralized repository, which is nothing but most of the companies are going to use GitHub. Again, it's a open source. Maven is a open source thing. GitHub is a open source thing. Open source version controlling tool GitHub. Okay. Some companies are going to use SVN as a central repository. Okay. After creating project through the Maven, they are going to upload that particular project into github.com or SVN as a central repository. From here, the particular testers are going to download that project. Okay, I think you know that we are not going to, you are not supposed to create a number of projects. You have to continue with only one project, right? You have to write or you have to do the modifications in that project itself. You should not create a number of projects over there with the same name, right?
Yeah.
Then now the automation testers, they are going to do the automation in their systems, right? What they are going to do, they are going to simply download that project from the github.com to their local systems, and they're going to start writing the code in their own systems daily. After writing the code, at the end of the day, they are going to upload that work what they did into the local, in the particular central repository of the github.com. Again, each and everybody is going to upload it. Each and everybody is going to upload it. This is a daily activity. This is a daily activity. It's a daily activity. Between, while the project means the team leader, while he is creating the project itself, is going to create some package structures based upon the framework. Okay, if you take any MNCs, they are following from the past many years, they have some framework architecture templates. They are going to customize the templates according to the project requirements every time. Okay, first, if you are entering into any other companies, okay, they will follow their own framework architecture. First you have to understand that framework architecture, then you have to write the programs according to that, and you have to upload into that particular framework related part. Okay, company by company, they are going to customize their particular framework architectures according to their standards. Got it? This is the common activity. Now, after creating the thing, okay, you know that grid. What is the grid? I think you are aware about that. I think. What is the use of the grid? You have listened the term grid?
Grid?
Yes,
Grid?
grid.
Yeah.
Grid. What it will do?
Yeah, it will provide connection to different systems. I mean, we can run many testings in different browsers.
Nothing but you can perform
Cross-browser.
cross-browser testing as well as you can perform cross-platform testing,
Yeah.
and you can perform distributive testing also. These all the things can be capable serially parallelly through the grid. Once the project related code has completed, you can convert that particular total code into a jar file and you can send it that as a proof to the client. That is also possible by the Maven. Maven is a build tool. Actually, these all the things has implemented in the point of a developer. As an automation tester, we are using that according to our requirements. Got it? Now, after executing that, sometimes you are going to execute the test suite a number of times, right? For scheduling the build on the next Saturday, means usually you know that you are going to use test suite execution in midnights or otherwise in the weekends. They won't take a chance to work on a daytime or in the particular weekdays because they don't waste their timings over there. we are going to execute the test suite related thing in automation. We are going to start that execution part in the midnights, or otherwise we are going to start execution in the weekends. Now itself, today itself, you can schedule the build execution, and you can see the results at that point of time, and you are going to get the results as a mail after executing that particular build. That can be possible through the Jenkins. Assume that you want to execute your test suite related test cases on next Friday night 9 o'clock. You want to start the execution. Okay, you know that test suite contains many test cases. It may contain 500, or it may contain 1000, or it may contain 5000. Depends upon the project complexity. But that thing can be possible scheduling the builds and getting the results through the mails. We can do that through the Jenkins part. Jenkins part. Sorry, Jenkins part. Okay, now like that only github.com, Jenkins, we are going to discuss all these things practically. Maven, GitHub, and Grid, as well as Jenkins, we are going to discuss these topics in our content.
Okay.
But these are the high level things. Okay, and in between coming to the frameworks, we are going to discuss different types of frameworks: functional modularity framework, data driven,
Yeah. Keyboard driven.
yes,
Keyword.
keyword driven, and a hybrid, and a test ng, and we are going to see Cucumber also. These are all the frameworks we are going to see in our content. Before going for this frameworks related part, you have to know how to interact with the elements first. You have to know that. Okay, if you know that thing, then only it is possible to go with the particular frameworks related part. First, we are going to start with basic Java programs first. After completion of the basics of the Java, then we will enter into the Selenium WebDriver related to element operations. Element operations means how to interact with the text box, how to interact with the checkboxes, how to interact with the radio buttons and mouse overs, keyboard operations, and as well as drop down list. And like this, drag and drops. We are going to see how to interact with the element operations, and then we are going to see how to automate the window components through the Selenium, how much we require. Okay, like this, we are going to see each and every element operations first, then we will jump into the frameworks related part. Then at the last, we are going to see the concepts: Grid, Maven, GitHub, and as well as Jenkins. We are not going to see any SVN over here. We are going to see GitHub over here. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Understood? Any questions up to now?
No.
Okay, means as a part of demo, I'm thinking this is enough. Okay, if you have any questions apart from the demo, you can ask. Like apart from means regarding to the subject wise, if you have any questions, you can ask. Other than subject related questions, you can speak with Narendra.
After this training, is it possible for me to go to a company and work like an experienced guy? I mean,
Definitely. I'm telling you here itself. Okay, you are going to get the knowledge if you are practicing. I'm saying you on daily basis what I'm going to say. If you are practicing on different applications, that methods, okay, at the end of these sessions, you will be capable, and you are equals to 2 to 3 years of experience guy, which is available, which is who is going to work in a real time environment.
Okay. And one more thing, do you do any assignments for me?
Means actually I'm going to demonstrate each and every example on the live applications itself. Okay, and after that, if you want me to give the particular session, means homework also, I'm going to give the particular tasks also. I don't have any problem with that.
Okay. So what is the time?
Timings you can speak with Narendra. He's going to tell you what are the timings.
Okay.
Just right now, just timings wise, just put it as a part, because according to your convenience, according to my convenience, we will fix up with the timings. Don't worry about the timings part. Just worry about the subject and related to the content.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
This is the session, and on daily basis, I'm going to record the sessions and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
Okay. And at the end of the sessions, I'm going to communicate the soft copy of the Selenium material related.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah. Will you clarify my doubts after this session if I get any doubts?
Definitely,
this
definitely.
training?
Without clearing that how it is, I definitely I'm going to clear the
I mean,
doubts.
after project, I mean, you may take, I mean, after this meeting, you may take another training session. So it is not possible
But
for you
means
also.
most
So
of the times, if it is a
initial,
small doubt, if it is a small doubt, we will communicate in the session itself because the other person who is going to listen, he's also getting the doubt, right? Most of the times,
yeah,
if he is not accepting for that, if he is not accepting for that, then what I will do, I will do the things later after this session, or otherwise I will give you some time. On that time, we are going to discuss it.
yeah. Only, I mean, a small clarifications if I need.
I
I
know
need
that.
only.
I know that. I know that. We will share the particular WhatsApp numbers. We can communicate through that number. Most of the times, I will clarify through WhatsApp itself. If it's not
Okay.
possible through the WhatsApp, we will see that thing later.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay.